Perillo.
Welcome back. Well, we're still looking at the threat of some locally heavy showers and storms on the way as we head into the overnight, early morning hours. So still the risk of maybe some localized flooding ahead. Hate to talk about it, but there's a lot of moisture out there, and we have something that's going to work on that moisture, and we'll show you that in just a bit. So let's take a look at the radar, see what's going on as we look at the local radars across the area. And again, you can see the showers and storms off to our northwest and action to the southeast. So this is part of an upper level disturbance in the upper part of the atmosphere. That's what upper level disturbances are. It's going to be on the backside of Laura that's up here. This is going to be swinging around, and it's going to interact with the deep tropical moisture that we have across southern Louisiana. Not manifesting in showers yet, but we do have action off to our east and well offshore. Right now, Acadiana pretty quiet, but some pretty strong showers and storms in a tropical rain band. Maybe the last vestiges of Laura, if you want to call it that, but this rain band connects way down into the Gulf of Mexico as well, and we do think activity is going to build up and then build to the north as that disturbance comes in from the north and west. So we already have saturated ground, so we don't need any more rain, and this is the rainfall associated with Laura over the last 24 hours, and the hot spots in orange and red translating anywhere between about 5 and about 8 inches of rain. Isolated spots picked up more than 10. Got that over the last couple of days, especially with some of the rains that we had with Marco before that, and a wet pattern, and the same back across western Louisiana. This is just the last 24 hours, and you can see that where that center, that core of that store went from Cameron up through Calcasieu and up through Beauregard and Vernon parishes and points north and west. So let's take a look. This is going to be a 6-day loop. We're starting off with Tropical Depression Marco here, and this is a storm that became a hurricane and then just fizzled out, and we just had some rains that came across the area after this weekend, and that was the rains that we saw as we went into Tuesday. We can see that popping up here, and then we had Laura developing and then intensifying, going through a rapid intensification cycle, eye forming, and then it just deepened just all the way just about to the Louisiana coastline and becoming one of those record storms that'll go down in the history book. And by the way, Laura was the replacement name for Hurricane Lily going back to 2002. The names are cycled every 6 years, so Laura replaced Lily back in 2008, and we've had Laura in 08, or maybe Laura was queued up for 08, and then again in 14, and here it is in 20, and this one is going to get retired. Now down to a depression, good riddance, still producing some locally heavy rainfall, and that's going to be pushing off to the east with time, but there's your forecast track on that storm. And we thought maybe the upper Texas coast, but then it turned more northerly, and that's what we were watching yesterday and last night. So a direct smash on southwestern Louisiana. So this is what we got in the near term. The graph model going for a pretty good chance of showers and storms developing overnight tonight through tomorrow morning. So maybe a stormy start to the day and some locally heavy rainfall. This is a lot of deep tropical moisture, and when you have an upper level disturbance coming in, you could generate some localized flooding rains, and that's what this model is going for. And those rains gradually working their way down toward the coast as we head into the afternoon. And typical in a tropical atmosphere, you have your showers and storms in the morning, and then things quiet down toward the latter part of the day. And then as we head into the weekend, it looks like we're going to get back to a more summer-like scenario with partly cloudy skies, and then with daytime heating, a scattering of showers and thunderstorms across the area, some of that activity building inland and then dissipating as we lose the daytime heating Saturday. But look at this. Again, the graph model may be going a little hot on some of the rainfall here, but notice I think we're going to see 2 to 4. We are hatched in for a slight risk of flooding rainfall because the grounds are saturated, and the model's going for even more than that. We'll have to reevaluate that as we see activity developing, but just be on the lookout. We could see more rainfall. Not quite done with the weather threats, although minor compared to having a Category 4 threatening the area. So 80% on your rain chances tomorrow, mainly morning, mid-afternoon. Then as we head into the weekend, rain chances down into the 40 to 50% range. And then going into next week, it looks a lot quieter with rain chances down to 20% or less and highs in the lower 90s. That's it for weather. Now back over to Marcel.